Hey, what's up? It's Greg from Fisherman's Headquarters, and today is Sunday, April 23rd. It's about 6 o'clock here in the afternoon, evening time. Taking a stroll on the beaches of LBI, here on the Mid-Island Surf, right up the street from my house here, around about Pihilo Park. I'm taking a stroll here to show you guys what's going on, share an updated fishing report with you for the Long Beach Island area. Past few days have been really good fishing. Past week or so has actually been very good. I've been paying attention to some of the social media posts coming out. We've been throwing a number of things up there, some local catch reports, some weigh-ins, some good local fishing action here on Long Beach Island local waters. Along the surf, we've got some striped bass, also some black drum. Heard of a couple of bluefish, some of the season's first bluefish locally here. I also threw up a post just a day or so ago from Eric Svelling out of Barnegat Light, local gill netter. Got some weak fish just the other day. So we've got some weak fish here, some bluefish here, black drum have been here, striped bass have been here. A lot of different fishing opportunities taking place right now. On the bay side, still got some striped bass action continuing on there. Hearing some good reports. Just this morning, Dan DePasquale was out. He was fishing the Barnegat Bay using some topwater spooks, some docks, some of the smaller size. Had some striped bass action in the rain. He reported some good fun action. Said it was a good fun morning. He said he was happy he went out despite the weather. There's also some drum in the bay. I think you also have a look at those weak fish here in the next couple days. Probably be a good opportunity to try to get out, try your luck at some tide runners. Hopefully some more bluefish show up, like I mentioned, a couple showing. Maybe some more will pile in here. We'll see what happens. I just went for a little surf sesh here up my street. So you can see behind me, if I turn this a little bit like that, we've got a kind of, I'd say solid 3-4 foot, maybe a little bit bigger, but definitely a very powerful swell in the water. Right now we've got incoming tide. Like I mentioned, it's about 6 o'clock now. But definitely good solid swell out there. If you're fishing bait off the beach today, for sure 2 to 3 ounces, no chance in the world that's holding. Probably need somewhere in the range right now, I'd say 4 to 6 ounce, if not a little bit more. One thing I can share is a great fishing report kind of story today from Charlie at Shorebreak Cyclery. It's a bike shop in Brant Beach. It's right in the seam between Brant Beach and Ship Bottom there, right at the northern end of Brant Beach. He was up on the beach today, saw an angler's rod go down and go in the water. Kind of helped the gentleman out a little bit getting the fish. Turned out to be a beautiful fish. I'm not gonna go out and claim it, sizes or anything like that. Charlie didn't either, but he just shared the photograph with us. But definitely a sizable fish, for sure over 30 pounds, possibly 40, somewhere in the 30 pound, 40 pound range for sure. That was caught off the Mid-Island Surf here today. A number of other good reports, for sure, a number of reports coming in, both messages on social media, anglers in the shop checking in with us. Definitely some good fishing taking place on the beach of LBI. Anglers are fishing a number of different baits. Clam has definitely been a standout here recent days. There's a good amount of bunker around actually. Like I mentioned, there's just surfing. There's some bunker right over there. You may see those birds. Let me see if I can help you out here a little bit. There should be some gannets over there, some gannets popping around when I was doing my little surf sesh before. There's definitely some sand fleas. Sand fleas, bloodworms, sandworms. Those would kind of be the spread of baits that you'd want to be fishing right now. When I mentioned clams, normally the springtime baits, clams a good one off the beaches. Worms also a good one early season as well. I think that the worm fishing is going to be kind of, I don't want to say slowing down, but as we transition here into the prime time, say warmer water temperatures, just so you know, got 52 degrees, 51, 52 degrees today. You can listen to whatever you want to listen to as far as water temperatures go, whether it's the tide gauge up in Barnegat Light or the news. I really don't believe the news at all or whatever somebody pulls out, but I had a thermometer on my leash today when I was surfing. So maybe that water right in there along the mid-range, right along the wash is a little warmer. Warmed up from the sun, that shallow sandbar. So you can see it's very, very shallow sandbar stretched along here. But you find those nice cuts, there's some good water to fish. But where I was sitting, out back, picking off some of the set waves today, water temperature there was 51, 52 degrees. That's what it showed on my little thermometer. Like I said, it's attached to my leash. So that's as accurate as 2 hours ago, right here, Mid-Island Surf LBI. The buoy up there in Barnegat Light's a great spot to look. I always screenshot the temperature gauge on there. I should have looked at it before I strolled up here, but I did not. But I'll throw up a little screenshot here now just so you can see that. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's right around what I mentioned, which is 50, 52 degree. Maybe you got an extra degree or two since it's in the inlet, got some bay influence. Outgoing tides, you're going to see much, much warmer water temperatures. You're going to see water temperatures in the upper 50 degree range, even 60, possibly warmer. Just like you're going to see on the west side of the bay there in the town of Waretown. There is a bayside, middle of the bay, another tide buoy. It also gets water temperatures there. I'll throw up a screenshot of that so you guys can see the local data, water temperature data there. But yeah, as far as fishing front goes, Long Beach Island has fish. It's had fish for a couple weeks now. Recent days have been very good. I'll dive in and show a little bit about the beach here. I can kind of move this over. A report or two back I shared there was a lot of beach starting to show up from the springtime like smaller swells. Those wintertime storms have kind of, I'll say somewhat left us alone here for this spring. It's been somewhat of a tranquil kind of spring season. Things got warm a little earlier than normal. But those wintertime storms normally what chews up the beach, tears it up, and sucks out all that sand and brings it along the shore and takes it wherever it takes it, whether it takes it out to the inshore lumps, whether it rips it down the beach, whether it rips it up the beach. A lot of beach replenishment seem to have got chewed out over the years and sent down to the town of Holgate, the south end of the island, down to the shoals out there, and kind of shoaled in that southern inlet, Beach Haven Inlet. But with all that being said, we've got a lot more sand on the beaches. I mentioned it a report or two back that there was a town, some town workers, some crews up here with some heavy machinery pushing some sand around, kind of stealing that sand back. And as I stroll here, you're going to see a big pile of sand. The beaches are much, much larger now than they were a couple weeks ago. There's actually a good little point of sand I'm about to stroll over right now. Good little pocket of water up ahead here as I'm coming up to it. You also see some big, almost 4 foot, 5 foot on the west side of me here, which is on my left, but to you in the video, it's going to be to the right. A little seawall, it's ramping up. I'm trying to turn this video a little bit, turn the camera here, but you'll see that this seawall ramps up, and that's what's happening is these smaller swells we've been getting are pushing up that sand and giving our beaches back. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because if there's a spot that you've been fishing that you're like, hey, that's my favorite area, more than likely it's changed. It's a great time right now to be scouting around and kind of looking for new spots to fish, but obviously also soaking a line and soaking a bait, soaking a lure, and putting some time in trying to get after them. Lower tides around the moons, definitely the best time to scout out a spot. Also, obviously, if you've got wheels, four-wheel drive is a great way to fish LBI. You can really cover some ground, kind of see more land, see more terrain, see more water, and kind of pick and choose. I do most of my fishing with plugs. There are some fish getting caught with plugs. Can't say I put any time in on the beach, though. I did recently fish up in Raritan Bay. Kind of got invited with Yo-Zuri crew was down here visiting, doing some things. Store staffer Max, he's got his boat up there. He's been doing a number on the striped bass all season long. He kind of tag teamed up with Chris Yo-Zuri and Tyler, their video guy. I fortunately was able to get out my first time fishing this season. We knew going into it the day before things were kind of not really looking so good. Wind was going to be kind of kicking pretty good. We had some kind of poor tides, a little chillier water. So we weren't really expecting much into the afternoons. Has been kind of when Max has been doing really good. He's got some really nice fish last couple of days. Even last week, he was getting some really, really big fish, and a number of them. So yeah, going into it, knew the fishing wasn't going to be good, but we only had the one day when he was here and the one day to get it done. So I was definitely stoked to get out and do some filming and some fishing. Whether we got catch, filming and content, or just some testimonials and some product footage is kind of what it turned out to be. But it was a good time nonetheless. Great to see Chris up here, kind of visiting Jersey. I know he's gotten into some good fishing here over the years. I know last fall he got into some awesome fishing. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we definitely got the job done nonetheless. So stay tuned. I'll be sharing some video, hopefully, or they'll be sharing some video, and I'll repost it. A couple of little things that I shared about kind of some of the lures I use from Yo-Zuri and what I've done best on over the years, the last couple of years. One of them is the Mag Dive. Nobody's ever seen that. I kind of share a little a bit or two about it right now. Basically, the Mag Dive is a new lure from Yo-Zuri. It's a top water really unique. You may have fished a spook like a dock. Docks are really good topwater baits, bigger profile. Don't really cast that well, but it's a spook. You can kind of twitch it back and forth, walk the dog. Another topwater lure I fish a lot of would be a pencil popper. Pencil popper is kind of a quicker, better casting, but a little quicker cadence, a little quicker pattern, more of an aggressive splashing lure. Definitely known for raising fish, both the spook and also the pencil popper, very, very well known for raising nice quality striped bass. Done very well in them over the years for many different makers. That being said, the Mag Dive from Yo-Zuri is a newer style lure. It kind of encompasses both styles while actually still being a topwater. It actually dives too. It's pretty unique. What I mean by that is I can fish it slow like a spook and kind of get it to knock its head back and forth and glide in a walk the dog kind of zigzag fashion. I can also get more aggressive with the rod tip and bump, 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 kind of pop on it and get it to kind of splash its head around a little more aggressive like a pencil popper. And then I can also let it sit there. It almost sits almost vertical and then kind of pull it and it pops its head down and actually goes below the water. Slow steady retrieve, it'll give you an S-turn kind of sassy retrieve. So 3 really, really effective retrieves all in one lure. The biggest lure size that was available to Mag Dive was the 6-inch. I was actually stoked when Chris jumped in the boat and showed me there's a new 8-inch coming out. It'll be coming out in July at ICAST. So look forward to that. It's something I've been asking Chris for since the first time he handed me and showed me the 6-inch. I said, man, you can see one of these bigger. I did a number on him last fall, catching striped bass on it. Can't say I've done much bluefish action on it, but definitely that's a standout for me. And obviously the LC minnows, some of those some other new lures too, but the Mag Minnow has been a staple for me forever. Mag Minnow from Yo-Zuri is phenomenal. If you haven't checked them out, haven't fished them, you gotta fish them. Mag Dart is another one. Year in, year out, it's an awesome catching lure. Fish the smaller ones early season, fish the bigger ones, we get some bigger bait. There's so many different sizes, so many different colors, super, super universal lures. Fish them during the day, fish them at night, fish them in the bay, fish them in the inlet, fish them in the ocean, just about everywhere in between. So yeah, back to the little fish report action. Long Beach Island has fish right now here in the later stages of April. Definitely looking forward to some great fishing ahead. My favorite month is May to fish LBI and the surrounding areas, so I'm looking forward to some good fishing. I could say the Long Beach Island Surf has fish. The Long Beach Island Bayside has fish. Long Beach Island Bayside actually has some bunker too. Some of the guys at the shop were mentioning some big pods of bunker in the bay, which is awesome. I mentioned earlier in this report video that Dan got us some quality fish in the bay, striped bass. Also some good fishing taking place in the inlet. Store Staffer Fresno was just in the inlet fishing some swim baits, catching some striped bass, and a tog fishing in the inlet. Barnegat Light is good. You only got a couple days left. April is it. It's only a 1-month season for tog in the spring. So if you're looking to get in some action on tog, now would be the time to hit Barnegat Light rocks, fishing green crabs or sand fleas. That's basically it in a nutshell. If you're looking to get geared up, stop by Fisherman's Headquarters, check us out. You can also shop 24/7 online, fishermansheadquarters.com. Be sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and for sure, check in frequently at fishinglbi.com. That's a fish report blog that I do and I've done for many, many years. Try to keep you all informed, keep you into the loop on fishing, keep your lines tight. Have a great day.